There are reports that the Keithong has been sighted leaving the old forest. What's a Keithong? A beast with a body of an enormous golden cat, a sharp beak and spikes on its back. Eek! Several disappearances in southern Caloris are already thought to be the work of this creature. What should we do? Should we send hunters? The traditional policy on stray beasts is to hope that they return to the forest and stay there. Hunters are no match for such creatures. You would only make it angry and waste more lives. So we just let it eat people. Everyone dies in the end. I'm depressed. Also, there is a letter boy. Talaris, the Duke of Sedna, will be arriving next week for an official visit. The guy who proposed. I need to get more willful. I may actually have to just visit the treasury a bit. Possibly. Because this makes me more lonely. I need to go there to be pressured, and that means that goes down again. So, let's go to the treasury a bit. You have 9,997 gold lassi and 41 silver tilassi. Yes. Some more medicine. You learn that a feverfew can be used to reduce tension and headaches. You learn that blood loss wastes life energy. Bleeding should be stopped through bandages, pressure, and elevation. You have unlocked a new outfit. A nurse outfit, possibly. Ah, Your Highness. What a pleasure it is to meet you in person at last. Your description did not do you justice. Giggle. Flattery failed. I don't know how to deal with handsome older men paying me compliments. I was so pleased to hear that you had accepted my humble offering. A jewel for a jewel, but you are the more precious. I hope that this is only the beginning of a mutually beneficial relationship. A union between us would bring stability to both our peoples. He really does want to marry me. Politely decline. I need to let him down gently. I'm not marrying you. I'm only 14. Let me note I've been gentle. I see. I regret the misunderstanding. Now I need to get more willful. Okay. Still afraid, of course. The mood could have been better. Could have. Some more poison. Okay. Cinnabar dust causes tremors, anxiety, and eventually death if ingested over the long term. This is mostly a problem for minors, but it can be dangerous if it is routinely added to someone's food. There is no cure, but most will slowly recover if they have no more dust. The herb tansy is a mild poison with particular effect on lower forms of life. Rubbed on the skin, it repels insects. Drunk as tea, it drives out worms from the stomach. Unfortunately, this sometimes makes people very ill. Belladonna berries are purple, juicy looking and sweet. Eating a handful of them causes blindness followed by death. It can be treated very carefully with a paste of calabrap beans, which is also poisonous. You are requested to stand in judgment. A woman has been convicted of attempted murder and requests the mercy of the crown. Your Highness, this slattern dares to beg pardon when she admits that she tried to poison my sister under her own roof. What sister? Gorizande, the Duchess of Mead. Is she alright? She is unharmed. We caught the culprit in the kitchens before anyone could eat her foul spew. Well, what do you have to say for yourself? It's just as it is. The devils killed me brother and broke me mam's heart. Lied to her, they did. When she went to see why he'd not come back, said he'd gone for a soldier, when he never would. You weren't the only one neither. I waited 10 years for my chance to get my own back. That's justice. You see, she's completely unrepentant. Hang her and be done with it. I don't know what this is all about. Either way, murder is a serious crime, but... as she is clearly guilty, her life is forfeit. She will be hanged in public as a deterrent to other criminals. You'll not have me. All of a sudden, she breaks loose from the guards and rushes at you. In your court dress, you are unarmed. You grope for a weapon and find only a heavy golden ornament which you hurl in her direction. Your missile flies wide off its mark. Before you have a chance to do anything else, your personal guards step into action, cutting the woman down before she can endanger you. Her lifeless body lies bleeding on your carpet. Get her out of here. Put it on display, so that everyone sees what happens to criminals. Yes. I need to get more willful. I'm willful. Yes. Very good. I guess I could complete my poisonous resistance. What is that on right now? Poison, 74. Outfit. Nurse's gown. Lovely. The flower known as Black Sun creates a poison which induces violent madness in the victim. In larger doses, it produces the same results as belladonna. The foxglove flower is a dangerous poison. Chewing the leaves or drinking water in which they have been soaked is likely to be fatal. Symptoms include dizziness and yellow vision. Powdered epsomite is the only known antidote. The purple flower, known as a woman's bane, is a dangerous poison with no antidote. Touching it causes the body to go cold, then numb, then die within hours. Rapid charcoal purge may sometimes save the victim. You have nothing more to learn about poison. As you are walking one day in the gardens, you hear a strange sound and see an owl flying overhead. A single dry leaf flutters in its talons. That's funny. I thought owls were nocturnal. I guess I was wrong. When you return to the castle, your father is waiting for you. There is a woman here to see you. She wishes crowdfunding for a project. Thank you for seeing me, Your Royal Highness. I come to you on behalf of the people. I wish to build a hospital where any citizen afflicted with disease can be brought for treatment. Centralizing resources could help people who don't have doctors of their own. Invest in it. We would be happy to invest in your venture. Go to Juliana. I got it! What do I do now? Pick up the crystal with your bare hands. Press it against your chest, over your heart, and say, illuminate. Do it. Okay, here we go. Illuminate! Magical girl! You feel dizzy, and both larger and lighter than you were before. The crystal has disappeared from you, but you know where it is. Wow! The priestess here is a friend of mine. I will come to your lessons in the faith and train you to use your powers. Okay. So, classes. Lumen. I need to learn to sense magic. You close your eyes and learn to feel the magic inside you. You practice using small amounts of magic and feeling that power outside of yourself. Your mentor summons up magical energies to strike the nearby ground so that you can learn to sense someone else's spells and use. Remember that the festival of the Good Lady is approaching. There will be a public celebrations for the commoners, followed by a grand gala for the nobility. As queen, you would be expected to lead the procession and take part in the ceremonial planting, possibly give a speech. However, since you are not yet crowned, it is not required, and it may not be safe to expose you to the public. What do you mean not safe? Outside of the castle, you are less well protected. If anyone means you harm, think on it now, decide later. There is a letter for you as well. It's from Bryony. I went to school with her, but she's a couple of years older than me. Her mother is the Duchess of Mead. She's complaining that her mother still won't let her come home for the holidays. Apparently her uncle Kevin has been acting strangely lately and shouting at shadows. She's bored and looking for an adventure. Well, I don't have anything to suggest to her. Yes, what should we do here now? Get a bit willful and angry, I guess. You sneak a peek at some of the luckless peasants held in the dungeons. Petty thieves and troublemakers, now suffering in the dark. They're obviously bad people, but seeing them so miserable still feels unfair. There must be a better way. Okay, classes. Sense magic and wield. Now resist magic. You close your eyes and call out when you detect your mentor casting a silent spell beside you. You increase your awareness of your own thoughts and emotions, making it more difficult for mind-affecting magic to twist your reactions. Today is the procession and planting for the Festival of the Good Lady. Will you be leading the parade? If you have any concerns about your safety, please stay here. The people will recover from disappointment. If we lose you, there is no recovery. I will lead the parade and make a speech which I am not qualified to. I'm not afraid. I'm going to be the best parade leader ever. My little girl. You prepare your best gown for the occasion, then walk slowly through the town with your attendants. It would not be appropriate for you to wear a sword, but you walk with a sturdy golden scepter that's taller than you are. At the end of the route, you help the priestesses turn over the earth for the new tree to be planted. After the blessings are read, you hold up your hands and call for silence so that you can speak. Unfortunately, all the words you had planned go out your head when you're faced with a moment. You manage a few polite sayings about the meaning of the holidays and thank everyone for attending. Then turn away, your cheeks red. The procession regroups to return to the castle. Okay, get more willful and angry. Yes. Classes. Resist and wield magic. You learn to summon a small glowing light, which can then move around independently. You learn to consciously project a magical field through your thoughts, blocking outside magic from touching your mind, but only when you have energy to consciously resist. You gain innate resistance to light and dark. You can now see in the blackest caves or stare into the sun without going blind. Are you ready for the grand ball? All the nobles in the domain are here to see you, to see their queen. Gulp. You finish dressing and descend the stairs to make a grand entrance. All around, the rich and powerful pause in their activities to gaze upon you, the ruler of them all. You let your eyes rest upon each in turn, as you have been taught, impressing upon them that you are not a child, but a queen. Your father waits for you at the bottom of the stairs and offers you his arm. The first dance is for us. He guides you gently around the dance floor, never rushing you. It's fun to dance with your father, but the look in his eyes is so sad. After this, you must choose your own partner. There are a number of men who hope to catch your eye. The Duke of Kigal alone has brought 3 eligible sons, all near your age. You look around the room at all your possible partners, which is to say, everyone. No one may begin dancing until you do. You can pick whomever you want, and you will not be denied. Someone scandalous, or someone married. Yes, I'll go for someone married. You don't want everyone assuming that whoever you pick first is your intended marriage partner. So, what better way to prove that than by choosing someone who's already married? With that in mind, you approach Erwin, the Earl of Ishtar. He's old enough to be your grandfather, and his wife is right there with him. He seems startled by your approach at first, then thoughtful and accepts your hand with a kindly smile. Dancing with a real partner feels quite different from dancing with your father. You knew him, knew his steps like a part of you. Now every move is a mystery. Unfortunately, you lose track of which steps you're supposed to do when, and trip over your own feet. Oops! Between the dances, there is time for the guests to mingle, chat, and sample tiny bites of exquisite food. During a lull in the music, Banyan, the Duke of Marie, taps an elegant fingernail against a wine glass, letting the clear note ring out through the room. If I might have your attention, I believe we should offer our compliments to our lovely hostess. Her words of wisdom guide us through our difficulties. Everyone applauds politely. As the gala continues, you take the opportunity to observe nobles that you rarely see. As Gwenelle, for instance, the young lady of Sudbury, only months older than you, and due to finally inherit control over a duchy soon. Rodelle, the youngest daughter of the Duchess of Lilla, and a fair sportswoman. She was a few years ahead of you at school, and the absolute terror at the ball fields. No Bryony. She had said her parents were leaving her stuck at school this season. Her parents are here, dancing together, the Duke consort clutching the Duchess possessively tight. Strange that there is no sign of your cousins, though. Shouldn't they be here? Your aunt and uncle are here, of course. It would be scandalous if they hadn't come, Merva being so close by. It's nice to be able to enjoy your time with friends and family, isn't it? And Sense magic failed, so I have to train on that. Get more willful and angry. You sneak a peek at some of the luckless peasants held in the dungeons. Petty thieves and troublemakers, now suffering in the dark.